Hello everybody, this is Peter with GoodReader.com, and this is the comparison you have all been waiting for. 10.3 versus 10.3, Boyue versus Onyx. This is the Mimas on the left, text will be up at the top, and this is the Boox Note 10.3. Let's just dive right in. So on the Boyue, we'll start over here. You have home, back, A2 mode, multi-task mode, which shows you all the things that are running. And you have this button at the top. This will allow you to change brightness, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and notifications and volume as well. You have your apps here that change live. You can't really get rid of these widgets, but they are nice to have. There's little quotes and some statistics. You do have all your books at the bottom here, recently read, recently added. You have a toggle between volume and left and right page turn buttons. You also have disable touch and A2 mode as well as the Boyue. You also have multi-screen right there, all the same, showing you everything that's running. You do have library storage, application settings, note, and browser. All of your recently added stuff here will change as well. And you do have settings on both of these, like Wi-Fi user settings and Wi-Fi user settings and stuff like that as well. We're not going to go through every one of these. We have individual reviews on both of these. This is just a little intro to get going to the comparison part. Check out our YouTube channel for more info individually. The reading experience on both of these, them being 10.3, is fantastic. You don't really need to do any zooming, any text changes, anything like that, because it's completely readable. You can turn pages by swiping with the stylus, tapping the screen, same on the Boyue, tap, swipe, and swipe with the stylus. However, you do get physical page turn buttons on the Boyue as well, so you can go ahead and use that. If you did have to change the text, which you totally can do, you can go down here to the text augmentation, and this will give you some choices here. The Boyue only comes with a couple fonts out of the box. You will have to download your own fonts, which you totally can do. However, the font faces in English on the Onyx are crazy. There's 26 pages of fonts. Multiply that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't do that in my head, but it's a lot of pages. It's a lot of fonts. You do have 8 different choices of text right here. You have a bunch of font sizes there as well, and you do have typeset, so fit to width, fit to height, and all that kind of stuff. You do have text style over here as well. We're not going to go through every one of these once again. Also on the Boyue, it's a little bit more customizable because you can do the font size like so, or you can go back a stage. And this one is actually really interesting. Not a lot of e-readers, in fact no e-reader has this. Row spacing, interval, word spacing, left and right distance, upper and lower distance. You can get kind of carried away with the word spacing too if you want to gap it as much as that, or you can make it super tight if you want to challenge yourself based on the font. There's a lot of customization for ebooks on the Boyue, and there's equally as much customization on the Onyx, and we'll show you right now. Long pressing, you have copy, underline, annotation, wiki, translation, copy, highlight, annotation, dictionary, text to speech, etc. Lots of different customization and lots of different long press choices. You also have text to speech, refresh slideshow settings, and contrast as well. You can change the contrast level, make text bold, etc. You can set as a global preference as well. The Boyue has contrast as well, word and picture, so you can actually isolate pictures and words separately and change them respectively. While we're here, we're also going to look at the keyboard. I'm just going to write Peter is here. As you can hear that this has the type key clicking, which you can turn off, but because there's stereo speakers on this, it does have all of the normal kind of Android sound effects and whatnot. Peter is here. So neither of them lagged, neither of them played catch up, and neither of them missed any keys, so it's actually quite responsive on both of these. So in terms of PDF, the Boyue is better right out of the gates at taking notes, but the Onyx has way more features, and we'll show you right now. We're both on the same PDF, same shot, master stylus. I can just go ahead and start making notes on this right here, press the physical page turn buttons and make notes on the next page, etc, etc. Now that's beauty about the Boyue. When we're going over to the Onyx, you'll see that the stylus interacts like your finger would. You actually have to click the center, go to notes, and then go to scribble, and only then can you actually make notes on the page. But then you're in your scribble menu, so if you want to do anything else, you'll have to X out of it, and then it'll save it like that. And where it comes to the features, you'll see that in terms of the choices you have on the Boyue, you do have some stuff like erase all the notes you had, turn on the glow light, etc. Shallow, contrast, deeper contrast, and some typesetting, fit to corners, fit to width, remove watermarks if there's watermarks. The Onyx has far more options. You have different zoom levels, page, crop width, navigation options, comic mode, article mode, strip away all the images, strip away all the text, etc. You do have contrast as well. Contrast is very nice on the Onyx. You do have more than that as well. Notes, I showed you scribble. You also have hide, export, import, rotation, 4 different ways, and more, which gives you text-to-speech, refresh, slideshow, and settings. Once again, if you want to see all of the individual features on both of these, check out our YouTube channel, but that just shows you that the Onyx is full force into PDFs. They have a lot of customization. The Boyue, not so much, but the note-taking is better, it's more instant, it's more responsive, and you can just open up your medical documents, start making notes, start highlighting things, and away you go. Whereas the Onyx, a couple more steps to get there. If we showed you every single option in this video, this would be 20 minutes long, so we're just going to go ahead and do the most crucial things, go to our YouTube channel to see everything else. So we do have the ability to do hairlines, or we can press for a thicker bleed. We can also change the line thickness all the way to 20, and we get lines like that. So I can start off thin, press hard, and away I go. The Onyx has this as well. You can go ahead and click on the paintbrush. You have pressure sensitivity, you have hairlines, or you have thicker lines like so. You do have a pencil as well on both of these where the line remains consistent. The Onyx is really nice, but the Boyue has something that the Onyx does not have that kind of blows away most devices and even the Remarkable in this regard. What I'm going to do is draw a square box, which you would have seen me do in the previous video as well. I'm going to click this little arrow, isolate the box I just drew, and I can actually move this around as a transparent PNG-esque image. I can expand it, I can reduce it, I can even rotate it around and lay it over other things. This is fantastic. This is one of the only e-readers outside of the Remarkable to be able to do that. The Onyx has some really nice saving graces as well in terms of graphing circles, perfect squares, perfect triangles, and the Onyx has a neat feature as well. You can click on these lines and then you can go ahead and draw something on the screen like an S. You can start to spell things like S-P-O-O-N to spell spoon. However, anything you write on the screen will move into a little field of text. For example, if I write my whole name and then let it register, Peter's going to move up to the corner. If I write a star, the star is going to move up there as well. So that's kind of interesting, and what it does is it makes even lines. In terms of the writing capabilities, if I just show you here, I'm just going to write some stuff out with a simple marker. I'm going to go, Peter is reviewing this device. Yes, I know it's an S, but this is just to give you an idea of the latency, the delays, and whatnot. So you can tell for yourself by watching this video how much the lines are playing catch up, the latency and whatnot, if you guys want to make a conscious decision between these. Pretty much the exact same. I would think that the Boyue is a little bit quicker, just by a hair, no pun intended, hairlines as I'm drawing. If you didn't get that, it's a terrible joke. But the Boyue is just a little bit quicker. It's a little bit of a newer device. They've had some time to do some more R&Ding on it, whereas the Onyx came out early 2018. But both of these are top-notch note-taking devices. I know you're not going to use these devices to play videos, but we wanted to show you because they can. That's the power that we're dealing with in this later gen of e-ink devices. It's getting up there. This has stereo speakers on it with a headphone jack. This does not, so we can't really show an audio comparison. It wouldn't really be fair to put our big boom Bluetooth speaker versus the onboard sound. So unfortunately, we can't show text-to-speech and audio, but we did show you video and everything else about these devices. This also has a glow light on it, but the Onyx does not in this current generation of released devices, and this video is being taken at January 2019. So at this point in time, Onyx doesn't have any 10.3 with a glow light on it, but that all is going to change in the future. Again, if you're just joining us, if you skipped ahead, we have individual videos of each of these on our YouTube channel. If you want to see more in-depth notes, more in-depth PDF, etc. on both of these, go to youtube.com/goodyreader and check it out. But these two are at the top of their game. They're the king of their craft. They're the best in class. You can't go wrong with either one. The only thing about the Boyue is that anytime you buy it, you get a free case and a free screen protector with every purchase. And it is a sleep case, wake case, and it's leather with stitching and all that. It's a pretty high-end case. The Onyx you will have to buy separately. You can't go wrong with either one of these two. For goodyreader.com, this is Peter.